Hey guys, Brittany Shea here. You like my pigs? I'm starting to make videos on mental health, talking about my experiences struggling with mental health issues and things like that. In one of my very first videos, I talk a little bit about how I often feel like I'm not quite normal, but how I'm not really sure if I am actually normal or not. And one reason I feel like something might be wrong with me is because of how seemingly stupid I can be. Like, I feel really stupid sometimes. And I don't know if it's just that I have a lack of common sense or if I actually am stupid, but I have a lot of difficulty doing things in an efficient and timely manner. Like, I feel like I have a harder time than usual doing just basic life things that most people can do and get through pretty quickly and easily. For example, I was finishing up my monthly budget from last month, checking to make sure everything added up and made sense, when I found a discrepancy. For hours, I tried to figure out why the discrepancy had occurred, but I couldn't figure it out. I got so stressed out, I went on a binge eating spree and ended up getting nothing done all day. I feel like this is a problem most people would have been able to resolve in an hour or less without getting so worked up. I feel like keeping financial statements and keeping track of finances is a pretty basic life thing that shouldn't take up so much time or be such a hassle once you've had a few practice runs. So why is it often such a challenge for me if I'm not stupid in some way? Usually I would have taken a break and got back on the problem until I either figured it out or got so stressed out I had to give up. But this time I wanted to discuss the problem with you guys and see what you think about it. Is this something that should usually be pretty easy to figure out, or is it actually pretty difficult and I'm just being too hard on myself? Alright, so let's jump into the details of what this discrepancy is. Okay, so this is my monthly budget for the month of August 2018. At the beginning of every month, I plug in what I plan to earn and what I plan to spend in the budgeted amount category. And then once the month has come to an end, I go back and plug in what I actually earned and what I actually spent in the actual amount category. I get the actual amounts from a combination of pay stubs, receipts, bank statements, and written notes kept throughout the month. Now after that step, I could just be done and move on, but I like to double check and make sure everything is plugged in correctly and adds up. Make sure I didn't forget to include any receipts or anything. And this is where things usually start to get difficult. I feel like there always seems to be some type of discrepancy and I have to go back and figure out where it came from and try to fix it. I usually spend about 2.5 hours working on the budget, including plugging in the actual amounts, trying to fix discrepancies, and drawing up the new budget for the next month. And this is the part that takes up most of that time. I don't even know if this in itself is normal. Like, is it normal to have so many discrepancies? Or am I doing something wrong before I even get to this point? Should it take this long to fix the discrepancy? Like, I'm not even sure if most people even bother double checking their budget for accuracy. I mean, there isn't anything in my financial textbook, which is where I kind of learned how to do all this stuff, that talks about the importance of checking your work or gives you tips on how to do it. But I feel like it's important, so I created my own little formula I've been using to help me check it every time. So I'm going to show you how I've been doing that. And guys, if this is at all inefficient or just not a very smart way to check a budget, please let me know and tell me how it should be done, but this is what seemed to make sense to me. Okay, so right here at the bottom of my budget, I have a box that states the total amount of money I started this month with. That includes everything I had in cash, in my checking account, and in my savings account before earning or spending anything this month. That way, when I'm checking my budget for accuracy, all I have to do is add or subtract the total amount of money I gained or lost this month to the amount I had when I started the month, and see if this amount matches what I have in reality. And if I count up all my money and I don't have what I should have according to this formula, then I know something is wrong. Alright, so I already plugged in the actual amounts for this month, and now I need to see how much money I either gained or lost this month. So I made a total of $1,165 in my income, and I spent $956. So if I subtract the 900 from the 1,000, I'm left with $209, so that's how much money I gained this month. So I take what I gained, add it to what I already had at the beginning, and I get a total of $5,393 that I should have in like all my money together from all my accounts and any cash that I have. So now I just gotta go and count everything up and see what I got and see if it's right. Okay, so I'm already confused. I counted up everything and I came up with a total of $5,651.51, which, as you can see, is more than what I should have. Yeah, and I don't know why. Whenever I looked at my checking statement and savings statement, like, it's already, right now, it's September 26th, so, like, this should have been done a long time ago, and ideally I would have, looked to see how much money I have, right at the start of the month before I had a chance to spend anything, but I have already spent, a fair amount of money, so, I didn't go with what I have currently in my bank account and in my checking account. I went with what, was listed that I had on, the last day of August. But I just counted all the cash that I currently have, because I have no idea how much money I spent in cash. So I guess the discrepancy has to come from the cash. I know I had like an envelope stowed away because I took some cash out last month and I kept some in my wallet, and then I put some away in a folder that I had, and I found some of that money, and there's quite a bit of money in there. So I don't know if I don't know, I'm having trouble even figuring out what that means, but I feel like it should be so simple. So I guess I didn't...
It's 8 o'clock.
Count... add that money into what I had last month? I don't know. I don't remember if I counted it and added it. When I first tried to do this and first found the discrepancy, I don't know if I counted that money, and I remember that there was more money in the account, or that I had total, than what I was supposed to have. And I don't even know what, I should do at that point. If I have more money than what I thought that I spent, should I just be like, okay, and move on to the next thing? Like, only be concerned if I had less money? Or is the right thing to still try and figure out why there was a discrepancy and why it shows that I spent more? Or is the, smart thing to do, save time and to just say, oh good, I actually have more money than I thought I should have had, and move on? Or is that actually the irresponsible thing to do? I have no idea. I really don't know. Especially if I have this money problem. Like, is it worth it to spend the time to try and figure out, like, try to figure out how much money in cash I have spent this month, so that I can know how much money I had at the beginning of the month, actually. And then I was dumb. I took the money when I was trying to figure this out a bit later, not the first time I found the discrepancy, but a second time when I was trying to figure it out at some point, and I combined the money that I had in the envelope with the money I had in my wallet, and so now I don't know how much I had in the wallet and how much I had in the envelope, so I can't try to, like, know if I don't know, because the money in the envelope is the money that I'm not supposed to spend, unless I, look at it and, like, kind of approve myself to spend that money. The money in the wallet is what I give myself, and I'm like, okay, you can spend this month on, basically whatever you months, just don't go over that month, and the money in the envelope is your backup money.